Hi, my name is Christine, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new to my channel. And I'm an intuitive. I work with consciousness, I work with vibration and frequency. And really what I do best is I help people understand their life experience. I help them understand why they're here, how they're participating in life, how they're participating in the evolution of humanity, which is something we're all doing right now, and we're seeing it in a big, big way, the shift and change through humanity. What I want to talk to you today about is the inauguration, the upcoming inauguration in the United States, and what's happened in the past week and actually the past year. And this whole year has been about, on a collective level, for the individual, for our nation, for all nations, for all beings on the planet, it's for us to take a look at what's no longer working. For many, it's been what we term the dark night of the soul, or shadow work. It's where we look deep within our soul, deep within our being. And it's going to be different for everybody, and it's going to be different extremes, or different, it's going to present in different ways. But it's what's not in alignment with their pure self. We're going to be triggered. We're getting triggered. But I want to just keep this focused on the inauguration. So I received a bunch of communication today from people, and I'm just going to reread one. So people thought this year was going to be very different than what it was. And there's been some miscommunication. There's been some wishful thinking, perhaps, that this would be the transformation of humanity into what works and what doesn't work for us would be done very quickly. The probability is it's going to take the next 2 to 3 to 4 years to really settle things out, and for us to raise our vibration, expand our consciousness in one of oneness and unity, kindness, compassion, love, and generosity, and peace. And then, believe me, we already have these vibrations within us. It may be cloaked or hidden through life experience, through soul experience, through manipulation, control, and greed that's been on the planet. That is all dissolving. But in order for those vibrations and for that frequency, that consciousness to dissolve, we have to bring it to the surface. And I live in the United States. I'm going to speak about the United States. It is actually, we are seeing it tenfold. What's not working. We're seeing all the divisiveness, not only within ourselves, but within society. The racial division, the economic disparity, the restriction. This is very, very restrictive energy right now. And yes, there's potential. There's potential for more violence on Inauguration Day, but there's also potential. There's also an equal potential for maybe not the smoothest day. Actually, the potential is there for a nice, smooth transition, peaceful, but the best potential is that there will be some unrest within people. There's people that are on every I want to say every side of the aisle. This isn't about politics. This is about the evolution of humanity. And right now it's playing out on a political stage. It's playing out in businesses. It's playing out in belief systems. There's a lot of I'm right, you're wrong. If I'm right, there's no way you can be right too. So you have to, not only can you be just a little bit wrong, but you have to be absolutely wrong. So we're working through layer by layer the distortion of being human. That which no longer serves us, and that which isn't actually our best selves. And it's okay. It's okay to present what's not our best selves, because that's how we get to make choice and decisions of what we want to create next. And we are all participating in the creation of the evolution. So for those of you that are in fear or unsettled, not sure what's going on, I had one comment today, a couple of comments. But I want to read the one comment was, they thought one certain party, that's where all the dense dark energy was, and it wasn't in the other party, right? It's across the board. There's dense energy within people. There is unloving, unkind energy, thoughts within people. It's not drawn on political lines. It's not It's not in one certain leader and not another certain leader. It is within humanity. But so is the love and the kindness and the peace and the generosity. But it's almost like it's at that back of the closet. We've got to clean out the closet. And that's what we're doing now. So how do you as the individual, how do you work with this energy when you go into fear? Right? This experience is going to trigger people in different ways. This fear triggers us all in different ways. Going forward, it's going to trigger us in different ways. The triggers are gifts. It is our opportunity. It is our responsibility. Again, I want to say it again. It is our responsibility to look at what's triggering us, to go within. The time for blaming someone else, the time for even that, I'm going to say, is it maybe so accurate? Maybe that's in your vibration for blaming someone else. So we look at what already is, we accept it. We accept right now, you know what? The world's kind of messy. Right now, and I don't want to add to anything. I just want to be very honest and very clear. So right now the world is messy. Right now people are raging out against each other. Right now people are, not everybody, but some people are caught in a vibration of fear, of distrust, of I'm going to take you down. Right? That is not the only vibration. That's not the only frequency. How do you create something different? Again, it starts with the individual. We do us first because we become part of the collective consciousness, the collective vibration, the collective frequency. So what I do expands the collective. If we do it together, it expands, becomes more powerful. If two does it, think of 10, 12, 200,000, a million, a billion, right? So me and others and you, we're all doing our own, we're doing our work. We're expanding ourselves. We're looking at parts of us that aren't healed, parts of us that aren't understood. So a really good way to do that when you go into a place of fear or unsettlement or sadness, whatever it may be when you're looking across the political scene. And again, there's so much going on. I'm not going to touch on it all in this one short video. But what you do, quickest way to bring yourself back into a soul alignment, spirit, hand on heart, hand on your belly button. Take a nice deep breath. Just that one action aligns you. It does spirit, soul, body. Right? We're physical beings with an energetic field. And right now, the mind, in some instances, in most day-to-day life, what we're seeing on the political scene at the state capitol, the national capital, Washington, D.C., was the mind and the ego running scared. Part is the mind and the ego doesn't know its place within spirit, because for so long that has been the lead, the mind and the ego. They're not bad things. We don't want them to be the lead anymore, because within the mind and the ego becomes judgment and righteousness. That's where hatred resides. That's where division resides. That's where unkindness doesn't reside here in the heart. It's not possible. It may feel like it, but it's truly not possible. So what you do, again, and I want you to imagine you are this beautiful tube of light. For some it may look gold or white or brilliant. If you don't see it, that's fine. Just imagine it. Just know this is your tube of light. And every being on the planet has a tube of light. Right? But you're just worried about yours right now. You're just focused on yours. And you bring yourself back into balance with a deep breath. And then you state your desire, your desired outcome, your intention. Like what is the vibration you're holding? For me, my desire, my creation, I'm intending. And as soon as I say the word intending, my spirit automatically overrides and takes over. My intention is a peaceful transition of leadership within this country. Okay? I was very intentional. I didn't say the word power. power has, the way we use power right now is misconstrued. It's kind of a warped energy. It's power over one another. It's not collaboration. It's not working together. So I was very, very intentional that my intention is a peaceful transition of leadership. My intention is love and support for all those who are having a tough time right now. That the higher self and the higher spirit comes in and supports and guides those who have a desire to cause disruption, for those who see the worst in someone else and wants to crush it. Because what they're doing is they're projecting out, they're not looking at the worst within themselves. And if you're hate outward, there's hate inward. If there's vengeance outward, there's vengeance at yourself. So this whole life experience we're having right now, 2020 to 2023, 2024, and it's been it's been building up. It's about us. It's about the individual. How do we look at ourselves? And we have a very long soul history. It's not just the 40, 50, 60 years, 20 years we've been in this physical body. We have a long soul history. And within that soul history, we have had many, many experiences. Some that have delighted us, some that have caused regret and remorse, and some that have caused real harm to ourselves and others. And what we're doing now is we're looking, whether you're aware of it or not, and if you're watching this now, some level you're aware that within you, you have created acts and you've had thoughts that you do not want to repeat because they weren't loving and kind and they created harm in some way. So this whole experience is about seeing that, revealing that within the self. And then on the bigger picture, we will start to see it within the organizations and the systems within the planet that just aren't aligned with humanity's evolution. So it's not, I don't want to tell you to not feel what you're feeling. Feel what you're feeling. Because these next couple of years, it's actually about being in the emotional field a little bit more. Because we're very good at dismissing our emotions or projecting them out. It's like, no, we have to understand our emotions. Go into the emotion. Okay, I'm feeling a little fearful, I'm a little scared, I'm worried, I'm unsure. Where does that resonate within your body? We are all self-healers. This body that we are gifted with, very intelligent. If you're feeling fear right now, or uncertainty, or anger, or frustration, this is not the first time feeling it. It may be exasperated and expanded right now, but just, again, you are self-healers. You are wise beings. You may be just becoming aware of that fact, but trust me, that is you. It is you and I and others. We are here to create change for the betterment of humanity. So you find that spot, whether you imagine or feel it, we all have different sensitivities. We all do it differently. You can't do this wrong. Where within me does the anger need to be healed? Where does it need to be expressed differently? You may get a sense, you may get, oh, all of a sudden my shoulder hurts. You may see a flash of some kind of story in your mind. You may get some kind of awareness, or you may get nothing. It's all okay. Because just by that act and that intention of what needs to be healed, your higher self, your spirit, your team goes automatically into action and starts to resolve that for you on a soul level and a cellular level within your body. Starts to transform it so that doesn't have that stranglehold on you. And then your intention is to transform it into, and you get to decide, I'm asking that and in the asking, you're also doing. It's not being done for you. You're not a passive observer. You are co-creator. You are driving your own bus. You know, you're in the seat. You're in the driver's seat. So my intention is, I feel anxiety. Boy, okay, I can see that was when I was 12. for instance. In that place, what I needed that moment was safety and security. I know I already have that because I know what that feels like. And I know I've created it before for myself and for others. So, okay. The anxiety, couple of deep breaths. I know what it is to be safe. Understand what it is to be safe. I create safety. All of a sudden, I feel a big shift in my body. Understand it. Again, doesn't matter if you feel it or not, it's being done. You are participating, you are doing it. This place, I now expand it and extend it out to humanity for them to step into at any time. It's always available. So when you go into looking at Inauguration Day or looking at any experience, you look at what's my participation. Am I going to add to that vibrational field of fear and chaos, disruption, hatred, righteousness? You're wrong and I'm not, and I'm right? Or am I going to expand? And it's almost like blowing gold dust. Or it's really blowing. I heard someone say one time that the breath, inspiration is the breath of God. So are you going to blow into, and again, I'm watching everybody do it as you watch the video. If you're new to me, whenever I do a video and I work with people, it's a live activation. So we're getting live activation. You're already doing the work as I'm talking, and we have lots of teams here helping us. Whatever you do for yourself, you do for all. If you have an unkind thought about yourself or someone else, that spreads like wildfire. If you bring peace within the body, calm, generosity, love, acceptance, I'm accepting in this moment. Humanity's having a hard time. Wow. But with that acceptance comes the next step of what is possible. Acceptance changes the vibration and frequency. And for frequency, it looks like radio waves. So frequency, watch all the different ways. Within this band of frequency is so many possibilities. Every time we raise the frequency, different possibilities down here are eliminated and new ones are created. So a lower frequency contains a lot of fear and anger, righteousness, hatred. That's a dense energy someone was asking about. Again, it's across the board. No political party, no business has a monopoly on it, right? We're human beings. We have dense energy within us. We have places within us, in our thoughts and our bodies, that do not contain love 100% of the time. But we're transforming that. Okay? So I change within this vibrational field. We'll just keep it really simple. Hatred. A lot of possibilities that aren't the best are going to be present. I change that to maybe just anger, right? Change that to anger. All the field of possibility changes. And now it's less offensive. So we have to hold our vibration frequency. That's your responsibility right now, to be aware of yourself and what you're creating. So it may not feel like it, and I totally understand it, but going through this phase, personally, individually, in our communities, in our nations, and across the globe, this is the hard work to get to the better life. You can't avoid it. But trust yourself and trust all others that we're all doing the same work in our own way. We're all individuals. We're going to do it in our own way, in our own time. Do your best not to judge that somebody else is doing it wrong because they're doing it differently than you, or that are different, space than you. It all has to come to the surface. And you've heard me say before, all is transformed with love. All is healed with love. Love's a hard one to hold sometimes. When you don't understand what's going on, you're seeing a lot of chaos. But maybe you can appreciate what in your moment, right? That's higher vibration than distrust. Appreciation. Appreciate what's going on right now in your life. I understand what peace is. I understand what appreciation is. Maybe you just remember. I understand what generosity is. I understand what inclusion is. Friendship. Like, really go into your space and don't look at the fear and the anxiety. I mean, I want you to look at it a little bit, but I want you to stand there. I want you to look at what's the polar opposite. What you really want. What you really, really want. Not what you're afraid of, what you're concerned about. What you really want. And expand on that. Expand on that. So, I know, as much as I know how hard this is, everybody, I also know that this is, boy, I hear that the worst of times, the best of times. The worst of times bring about the best of times. This isn't going to take generations. In history of humanity, it's going to take a very, very short time. But we must be very intentional and focused on our part so that we can create the greater good. I love you. I see you. I understand you. If this video makes sense to you, please share. If I can help you any other way, please write comments. I do respond to them. You can reach out to me at christinekeelan.com. We can have a conversation. I can help you through some of these hard times. But trust yourself. This is about trusting yourself. Thank you.